Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Though dice and woes of life, love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom, yes it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Hold on. Welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. And I can tell you what, man, I'm so glad that I am feeling better. Passing kidney stones is just not something that I ever want to experience again. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I don't ever want to experience that again. It was just, last month was a long month and part of this month, and I'm still sort of recovering. So, but anyway, I'm happy about yesterday. It was a great win for the Thunder. Then, of course, win for the Chiefs. And I got Matt Moyer is awful happy right now because his Chiefs are back-to-back Super Bowl champions. So he's happy about that. But we're going to lead off with what we all care about the most, okay? What we all care about the most here in Oklahoma City, and that's the Oklahoma City Thunder taking care of the Sacramento Kings. Yesterday won 27-113. The Thunder improved to 36-17. Remember losing 2 in a row. And then the Thunder have not lost 3 in a row all year long. Have lost 2 in a row, I think, 4 times. But have come back, and, huge game. Must win, taking care of the Kings. The Kings were 16 for 42 from 3. The Thunder were 13 for 27. 48% for 48.9% for the Kings in field goal percentage. The Thunder 54.1, 40 rebounds to 36, which is much better. Part of when we lost is that we were getting killed in the rebound department because, we are last in getting offensive rebounds and giving up offensive rebounds. We're 29th. It's basically last. But anyway, only 4 rebounds down. Actually outscored somebody in our 2 losses. We got killed in pips. That's my stat. Points in the paint. 54-44, which is more like the Thunder. 18 turnovers to 11, once again, taking care of the basketball, which is what we do. And then, of course, we were outscored 46-21 on the bench. And part of, when you look at the stats, at the beginning of the game, it was a little struggle for us because we were overpassing. Josh being passive, he can't be. He has to be aggressive. He has to look to score. And he didn't score until, I think, the third quarter. And he just, Josh this year just started off bad for him because of the allegations with the underage girl, which of course was dropped as it should have been. And he's just been out of it this year. But he is our best player to throw the ball in the game, make passes. Like I tell people all day long, it doesn't matter whether you like him or not. He gets the ball in. And you got to have somebody get the ball in, okay? You got to have somebody pass the ball in. So in that part of it, I do love what I see. But, okay, let me talk about this first of all. If you let's do this right now because I want if you guys have any questions or you want to communicate with us, we're now mainly on YouTube. If you want to search the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, please go ahead and do that. And then you can ask me questions right here doing live. If you'll sign into your YouTube account, come in and, of course, like, subscribe, and hit notifications. And then you can ask me questions, and I'd love to be able to answer. Or you just comment on anything that I am speaking about. And then, of course, after the storm, our Oklahoma City post-game analysis show, the Thunder post-game analysis show, you can, of course, like, subscribe, hit notifications, and every time we're on, it'll automatically click on that. So please go ahead and do that. So if there's anything you want to talk about, anything you want to ask me, you can do that right there and make it easy for yourself to do it. So anyway, to go back to the game, here are the stats. When you look at it, and you can just see that it was just one of those. It was struggling. We were struggling. 29-27 at up to SGA, I think, had 12 in the first quarter, and we just struggled. And you can just see slowly when I talk about this and talk about what's going on. J Dub, we started second quarter up to J Dub, Dort, Chet, K. Rich, and Jang. Once again, don't have any idea why Jang is playing. He's just not ready. He's not ready, and the Thunder are going to continue to give away games. And the reason why we're third in the NBA right now in the Western Conference is because the coach gives away games playing Jang and Waters. Those guys don't. Neither one of them should be on the court. Neither one. Nobody plays their 13th, 14th, 16th, 17th players but the Thunder because we're still in building mode. And the Thunder, I listened to something today. I forget what sports show, and it was talking about teams and or talking about the NFL, and it was talking about how. I don't want to hear what you're saying. I can see for my own self with my own eyes what I'm watching. I don't need to hear from you. I can see. So Thunder, I don't believe anything you're saying. I'm sitting there watching. I sit there and watch how you play J-Dub just as many minutes as you play SGA. How J-Dub was the player of the game yesterday, even though SGA basically separated the game and made us win. In the third quarter, he took over. And that's what he does. And that's what, in the fourth quarter, that's what he does. But yet you still put J-Dub as player of the game. Yeah, he was 32, 9, or whatever. But at the end of the game, who scored the 5 points in a row? Who assisted on the 7 points to get us 7 out of 9 points in order to close the game out? That was not J-Dub. He had 2 points on a pass cutting to the basket after they double-teamed SGA. SGA hits Chet. Chet drives. He hits the cutter, which was J-Dub. But nobody's double-teaming J-Dub to take the ball out of his hand. So, anyway, I'm joined by my guy. I'm joined by my guy Nathan Taylor of YNB. What's up, bro? I was gonna get to you. I was just finishing my thought.
I popped in about our conversation, didn't I?
Well, at least let me finish my thought before you pop in. But yeah, I was gonna get to you. But go ahead.
Isn't that kind of like LeBron for MVP? You could win the MVP every year.
Okay, what your point is? What I don't understand your point.
SGA is the player of the game every game.
No, he's not the player of the game every game. The game before that, I agree. What I'm saying is, I'm tired of them promoting J-Dub. There was the beginning of the show is what I was basically saying it's like I was watching the show today. They're talking about the NFL and stuff. Don't sit there and tell me anything. I'm not listening to what you're saying. I'm sitting there. I can see what's going on. I don't need to hear your BS. Your BS of what you're trying to. I'm not listening to your nonsense. I can see what you're doing. That was my premise of what I was talking about. But go ahead.
But they're going to do that. We know they're going to do that.
No, they're going to do that. Yes, 100%. That was my whole point of saying that. That's what they're doing, and I'm not listening to anything the Thunder say. I don't want to hear your post game. I don't want to hear anything what you got to say. I don't want to listen to anything you're saying. If I could not listen to Michael Cage and what's his name, I wouldn't listen to them either. That's the only good thing about listening to it and seeing the show I was watching the games at a bar. You don't have to hear their mouths. So I like that. But anyway, go ahead, Nathan.
Contrary to popular belief, man, I really don't like arguing. But and I just want to reiterate that I think we're all, at least me and you, are on the same page. What we disagree about. I think they promote SGA, and again,
Okay. Once again, you're a Thunder listener too. You're a Thunder listener, so yeah, go ahead. You're a Thunder listener. If you say that, if you're saying they promote him, you're a Thunder listener. I don't listen to what they're saying because you're full of it. They're full of it. Not you. They are. They're full of it. No, you're not. You're not a SGA promoter. You're not. If you look at any other team who has an MVP in the game, they're not talking about any other player except him. Our team talks about J-Dub more than they talk about SGA. And that's a fact. That's a fact. There's no way you disagree. They had a 5-minute skill or 10-minute deal on J-Dub the other day. Why are we even talking about him? You should be talking about SGA, and you should be talking about Chet, Rookie of the Year, and you should be talking about SGA. Those are the only two people you should be mentioning, period. Yeah, we talk about J-Dub, he's upcoming. Yes, 100%. But you are an afterthought, not a forethought.
But you just said you don't listen to me.
No, what I'm saying is I don't listen to them because of that nonsense. Every time I watched the show the other day, the pregame show. I'm like, this is why I don't watch them. Every time it's on, this is why I don't want. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? But once again, Oklahoma fans are football fans. Period. They are not knowledgeable about basketball. The Thunder understand this. So whatever they do, whatever they say, people go, oh, it's the Thunder. They know what they're doing. If they tried the same stuff at OU or OSU, they'd get laughed out the box. You can't get away with that in football because they understand. When you're knowledgeable, you can't say stuff to people who are knowledgeable. The people who are unknowledgeable, they're gonna, oh yeah, you might be right. Oh yeah, no. When you're knowledgeable, you ain't going for none of that. You're not going for it. You're just not. And that's all I'm saying. Which is why my points are always right on the simple fact that the national media, they asked Dagnall a simple question. You ran 2 plays at the end of the game, none for SJ. Was he okay with that? The Oklahoma City media would never say that, and you wouldn't either.
But that's the only thing that they said. Like,
No. What I'm saying is they brought up questions that nobody will ask but me. Nobody talks about but me. That's what I'm saying.
But they also are talking about the other side of it, too.
Okay. Anyway.
Also, how good SGA is playing, how good Zayto's playing, how good Mark Dagnall is doing.
So you agree with J-Dub being player of the game yesterday? That's what you're saying.
No. I think it's just SGA fatigue, really. But
There's no SGA fatigue. It's J-Dub fatigue for me.
please, if you go back and look, again, I don't know this, but if you go back and look, I would imagine SGA has been player of the game probably at least half the time.
No way. You go by. I don't believe that for 1 second. He's had multiple 30-point. He's had multiple games. He scored 30, and he wasn't the player of the game.
It's you get to a certain point, and I know me and you don't because we acknowledge how good of a thing we were watching, but these people, we know SGA's going to be 30. I mean, he better.
Well, not every time. There are times I agree with who the player of the game is, 100%. But all I'm saying is, the end of the game, who closed out the game yesterday was not J-Dub. He had 2 points. SGA closed out the game with scoring 5 points in a row. Then when the move that he made to kick it to Chet when they double teamed and Chet drove and was driving to the lane and hit J-Dub on the cut. That was it. The defense that SGA had made with the steal, with the block shot, I can go on and on and on. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is I'm tired. Listen, I'm tired of the Thunder with their bullshit. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm tired of their bullshit. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired of their bullshit with that. Just tired of it.
Would you think that SGA is player of the game? 9 times out of 10, you said not more, correct?
Most of the time, yes. But he hasn't been by the Thunder most of the time.
Because I'm telling you, you can't just name the same guy every time.
No, Nathan, you're missing my whole point. You're missing my whole point. When it's obvious, you can't give it to somebody else. When it's a tight deal, yes, 100%. But nobody's going to get mad at SGA getting a player of the game every game when he's dropped 40 or he drops 35 or he drops. Nobody's going to be mad at that. Why would you be mad at that when your best player is doing what you want him to do? Nobody's going to get mad about it. Nobody's going to get fatigued. Nobody is going to be mad at that.
No, I honestly don't care either one. It's player.
I just don't like it, is my point. But anyway, going back to the game. Going back to the game. Second quarter, I just like J-Dub started rolling in the second quarter. He was on fire, dude. He was rolling. I think he scored 8 straight. And I liked when he and what?
I was agreeing with you. He was on fire.
Yeah, and so I liked what he was doing, and this is what he should do against the second unit. This is what he should do. He is a first unit player going against the second unit. And I liked what he was doing right there. And it was 48-31 with 6:20. And you had SGA, J-Dub, Joe, K-Rich, and J-Will. And Randy, the commander and I were talking about yesterday, it's funny how Dagnall puts the guys in there that normally play with SGA. They don't play as well with J-Dub. They just don't. You can't. They know what everybody's going to do when it's SGA, Kaysen, Wiggins, K-Rich, and J-Will. or Dort. They know what each other is going to do, or when Chet comes in with that group. They know how everybody moves. When you try to put them with J-Dub, it's not the same. Because defensively, you have a maximum defensive unit. You don't have any weaknesses on the defense. J-Dub is a weakness on defense. He's getting better, but he's still a weakness. Stop it, dude. Stop it. Stop it. He is a weakness on defense. Let me finish. He is a weakness on defense when it comes to trying to replace SGA with that group. He is the weakest link of that group. When that group is in there with SGA, there's no weak link. He is the weakest link of the group when that group is in there. And that's a fact.
He's not as good a defender as Kendrick Williams. I think
he's not as good a defender as Kendrick Williams. No, he's not. Stop it. He's not. He is the weak link of that group. When SGA is in there, they have no weak links. They can all guard, defend 1 through 4. All of them. They all move. They know what each other's going to do because they've been playing together more. That is my point. When you try to put J-Dub with them, he's not SGA. So you can't put a guy who doesn't have the defensive acumen as somebody who doesn't. It doesn't work. That's why it never works when he puts that group in there together. You can't put him in there and go, oh, he can do the same thing as SGA. He can't. That's just a fact. It is what it is. No matter what they try to sugarcoat it, it doesn't work. And it's not gonna. And that's just how it is. It just is. It is what it is. Sorry.
Hey, did you ever commit a foul when you were playing basketball?
Hell yeah. I knocked the hell out of some people. I put Darnell Valentine in the stands with a forearm.
I just feel like you'd be one of those guys that said, I never fouled.
No, there's times I didn't foul, and I didn't like it because like I've told the referee, you anticipated something that didn't happen. And in today's game, if you had replay, I would say about 40% of my fouls that I would say 70% of the fouls that I say I didn't foul. If I fouled you and I'm going to cry, I was a big baby, I ain't going to lie. Oh, yeah, I cry when I can. I'm going to play the ref if I can, no doubt. But if I didn't foul you, I would let them know, hey, I didn't foul him, man. You anticipated something. I tell the ref, you anticipated something didn't happen.
I need that just to ask you this. Are you starting to see, maybe it's just me, are you starting to see the press, the reason for the delayed calls is they want to see if the shot goes in first?
No.
Or is that just me?
No. I just think, to me, the other night, the non-call that they took back on Doncic, he hit Isaiah Joe in the leg. What the hell? What are you talking about? What they're basically saying is Isaiah Joe kicked his leg out and Luka running through, that's how he fouled him. That's what they were saying. That's a bunch of BS.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Luka is the biggest crybaby that there is in the world. But I think that they're cutting down on SGA's free throws, just like they did with James Harden. Because he's getting hit and not getting calls, but yet you're giving a different, it's 3 of you referees, 1 of you's calling it one way, 2 of you are calling it a different way. And I don't give a shit what referees say. If they like you, they're going to give you calls. If they don't, they're not. I don't give a shit what they say. They're full of it. They're biased. They can say they're not, and they try, oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're biased.
SGA got so many calls previously because he doesn't gripe us.
No, he only gripes when he gets hit. Well, what it is, he's getting frustrated right now because he doesn't have a coach that's fighting for him. He fights for himself. Like, he got hit on the hand, on the arm, on an and one yesterday, and I called. He looked at me, he's like, hey. And when you see the replay, he clearly hit him on the wrist. Clearly. No call. Referee right there. And I think they're making a concerted effort not to let him shoot 12 and 13 free throws a game. That's what I think.
Isn't it like holding a football? I mean, there's probably a foul on every play.
No. There's not a foul on every play. But what I'm saying is, I think that the referees are going out of their way not to give him 12 or 13 fouls unless if it's not obvious. Like, I think if that jump shot when he got hit on the wrist would have been short, like you said earlier about waiting to see if the ball goes in, I think that they would have called it. If he hit him short and it got short, they're going to give SGA the call. You see what I'm saying? But because he made it, they're like, I'm not giving you an and one. But hell, he was 5 for 9 yesterday from the free throw line. So what difference does it make?
Okay.
So it's irrelevant.
I don't
Anyway,
like it. It's a foul. If it's a foul, call the foul.
yeah, I
If it's
agree.
not a foul, don't call foul.
I agree. So anyway, you got SGA, Wiggins, Joe, Kendrick Williams, and Jay Will in the game in the second quarter. And at 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go, it is, excuse me, it is 52-41. So it was 48-31 at 6 minutes and 20 seconds when he had that group in there. He had J-Dub, SGA, Joe, Kendricks Williams, and Jay Will. And in 1 minute, it was 52-41, and they took J-Dub out and put Wiggins in. And with the group like I was talking about, all of a sudden it's 52-41. So with SGA in the game, with J-Dub, Joe, Isaiah Joe, K. Rich, and Wiggins, they were up 17 when he came in the game. Less than a minute later, when they took him out and put Wiggins in the game, the Thunder were up 52-41. And Lou Dort I got to deal with him, Lou Dort out of control. And my thing is this. You have to take J-Dub off the court. He and SGA, with that group right there, he doesn't fit with that group. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you, and you're just not getting. He doesn't play defense like they do. He is the weak link in that defensive rotation and cohesiveness in the way they play together. They understand if I go here, you're going to go there. Like with the Commander and I played together. One of the reasons I loved to play with him, I knew where he was going to be. Okay? I know if I did that, he's doing that. If he did that, he knew I'm going to do this. Same thing with Bill Self. No, but I'm saying the chemistry. I'm just saying, like with Bill Self, I knew if I made this, he was going to be there. I knew where he was going to be. That group. But listen to what I'm saying. That group is used to playing together. Now, what Dagnall is doing, he's trying to put that group with J-Dub. You're missing the whole point of what I'm saying. That group never played together. Now he's trying to put them with him. And it doesn't work because he is the weak link defensively than them, and they don't know where he's going to be. Well, they know what SGA is going to do. They know what Joe is going to do. If he does that, I'm doing this automatically. There's no need to talk. We know where everybody's going. That's my point to you, and you're missing it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're thinking I'm trying to beat on him, and I'm not.
Is this your next evolution of the pushing SGA up your plan?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. This is what's happening.
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I really don't.
I listen. I'm losing. One of the best things I could do is lose a bet to you on that deal. I would love that to lose the bet to you.
Even better. You know what's looking better for both of us? It might not matter because SGA is going to win the MVP.
If, but you remember though, you have a cooler, and the cooler is Dagnall. He's the guy that will cool SGA. If he didn't win MVP, it's because of him.
If he's winning MVP, Dagnall's going. I'm telling you. Not this year, but he's going to be going this year. The
problem with the Thunder is if SGA wins the MVP, they're in trouble with their long-term aspirations. They're in trouble. They can't get rid of him.
You
can't get rid of him.
You can let him walk.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is, all I'm telling you is, Nathan, you need to watch SGA's. Like, that's the thing I love about going to the games. I can watch his body language, okay? You can't watch his body language on TV because they don't show it. But at the games, you can see his body language. You can watch him. You can watch his body language. Because even the Commander yesterday at the game, we noticed something. I was like, man, did you see that? And he's like, yeah. Or he said, did you see that? I was like, yeah. So even though we're watching the game, you can see the difference is quite significant. So the start.
You went ahead and brought this up. Go ahead and add on to that. I want, and I think I know the answer to this. I'm 99% sure when I say this, but I want to preface it by saying that I'm not 100% sure, and I don't want to put words in his mouth. But I do believe the Commander's on my side of the SGA.
Yeah, with him, he doesn't think that SGA, they're not going to trade him. Yes, he thinks he's on that side. Yes, 100%.
You would consider his opinion very knowledgeable about it.
No, what he's saying is he doesn't think the Thunder are going to get rid of him. That's what he thinks. It has nothing to do with anything else. He just doesn't believe they'll pull the trigger. That's what he's saying. That's the difference between our philosophies. I think
they're going to choose SGA as the coach.
They're going to choose the coach. I believe they're going to choose the coach over SGA. Yes, that's what I think. He doesn't believe that.
Okay, and I'm on the same side then.
Yeah, but your differences on the reasons you think it and he thinks it are not the same.
You know, come on
They're
now.
not.
I'm pretty
Tell me
clear
why
that
don't you
our
think
team,
that?
why I think
Hmm.
that
Yes.
because I believe the organization's not that stupid.
Well, they chose Russell
And that,
Westbrook over Kevin Durant, over James Harden, over
that was
Sabonis, over uh, Reggie Jackson.
well, two things. Russell Westbrook is a way better player than Jalen Williams at that point in his career.
At what point?
And
With the point they got rid of James Harden? At the point they got rid of James Harden? No, he wasn't.
hold on.
To
Hold
me,
on.
James.
Harden,
To me, uh, uh, J Dub is a way better overall player than Westbrook. He just does not play as hard.
he's just not there yet. He will be a better player than
No,
Westbrook.
I'm
He's just
saying
not
at
there.
the same point. At this same point, remember 3 years in is when they got rid of Harden for Westbrook.
Harden didn't want to stay anyway. He
Okay,
wanted to start. And he wasn't going to
that's
start
not what I
until
heard, but okay.
about money too. It was about money.
All I can
That's
tell you
where
is one of
he
my
was.
good friends who was well known in the situation told me that was not the issue and told me exactly what happened.
I mean,
Told me exactly what happened, and I had the same thought you had. And when he told me that, I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" He goes, "No, man, that's exactly what happened." I said, "Wow, okay, wow."
so if it had to do with what you're saying, and I mean, obviously you didn't say the nuances of it, but if it was Westbrook over Harden, then why did Durant not see it then and leave then? What was the
Durant
issue?
left when his contract was up. Is when he left.
Yeah, I agree.
And he
If you
did
go
not
back
give the
to it,
Thunder, he did not sign the contract the year before and said they're negotiating. And just as soon as he got a chance to do it, he said, I'm not giving you any picks. That's what happened. You want him, you got him. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. Now, they're doing the same thing with J Dub over SGA. You're creating a monster that you don't need to create. And on top of that, what's going to happen is the same thing is going to happen. You're going to go from a top five, top four, top five team to a 8, 9, or 10 team, which is exactly what this is. You're committing the same mistake you made the first time. You're taking away an All NBA player for a guy who's a good player. And Russell Westbrook won the MVP, and no one will dispute this. He was not the best player in the NBA. He won the NBA. He won the MVP because the Thunder allowed him to create triple doubles. That's why he won it. 100%. He was not the best player in the league. I think LeBron was the best player in the league that year.
remember that year that
Well, he was not the best player. No one disputes that. Everybody laughs and go, "Yeah, he won it because he won the triple double. He did something nobody else did. That's why he won it. He was not the best player in the league. Nobody will ever say Russell Westbrook was top five or top. No one says that because everybody knows it's a bunch of crap. The Thunder allowed Westbrook to get the triple double because they wanted to generate interest and keep people excited coming to the games. That's why they did it. You can't be, listen, Nathan, you can't be a guard and need 34 rebounds in 2 games, and your center, you out rebound your center by almost 20 something rebounds. No way. No way.
It was crazy.
No way. You can't do that. You're not getting that many rebounds unless they allow you to help you. That's exactly what they did.
I agree with you. I have multiple different aspects of this this version of it versus that version.
Well, all I see is the same thing.
James Harden is a fat, lazy idiot.
I'm talking about him winning championships. I'm talking about that you picked Kevin Durant over Russell Westbrook over Kevin Durant. That's what you did. Plain and simple. I sat right there behind the bench and I watched Russell Westbrook. They almost hit Maurice Cheeks in the face with a clipboard, who was sitting in front of him. They poured him out in the third quarter. He gets up and walks to the locker room. We're sitting right there watching, and we all went, "Are you effing kidding me?" We watched him get up and walk to the locker room. Watched him and went, "Are you serious? Did you just walk out on your team? Are you kidding me?" Thunder were up 20-something points at that point. They're up 8 or 10 or whatever. We watch Maurice Cheeks get up, walk to the locker room, and bring Russell Westbrook back out. And we see Kevin Durant and Ibaka look at each other like, did they just, are you serious? And what should have happened is he should have got suspended. He should have got fined for walking out on the team, one, and he should have been suspended for 1 or 2 games for conduct detrimental to the team, and took money from him, and he would have never did it again. But instead, they went and got him, brought him back, and then from that point on, his ego, and you couldn't control him, and they had no choice. That's what happened to the Thunder right then and there. Then you went out and got a coach who wasn't ready, Billy Donovan. And Randy Wright now sat right there and watched him when he pulled Kevin Durant out, and he went to say something to Kevin, and Kevin stuck his hand in his face and walked out. And Randy and I looked at each other, oh, he's gone. He ain't staying this year. He was gone right there.
I don't disagree with most of that. But again, this is a different dynamic. It's a completely different team, it's a completely different coach,
Okay,
player.
you're right. So you're picking a player. So you're picking a non-All NBA player in front of over an All NBA player. Yeah, that's completely different.
I'm saying that's not what I'm saying. You just didn't admit this.
You said it was different. I'm saying that's all I'm saying. That is my whole point. That right there. So I don't know why you're arguing, and that's my point. Argue the point I just made instead of coming up with some nonsense. Argue the point why there's difference between that and this.
Because Jalen Williams is not Russell Westbrook, and SGA is not Kevin Durant.
All I'm saying is you're picking a player who is not All NBA over a player who's All NBA. You did it before, and you're doing it again.
That's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing. They're not going to do that. I'm telling you right now, they're not going to do it. It's not going to happen. Even though it might look like that. You're going to say it does look like that because it is that.
It is that. No, it doesn't look like it. It is that. Right now, that's exactly what they're doing.
I mean, why does everybody outside of our conversations, maybe, I don't know, you got 4 or 5 people that might agree with you. I'm sure you do. And I'm sure it's legitimate. But why does everybody outside of us, when I listen to broadcasts nationally and locally, not just locally.
Well, first of all, you can't count nationally. You can't count national because they don't watch the Thunder, so they're irrelevant.
Well, hold on a second. You just said that the national media called it out. Well,
No, I'm saying, listen, Nate, listen. They called him out about one game because they watched the game, and they called him out about one game that he did not call plays for SGA at the end of the game. That's what they called him out about, one game. Other than that, the national media talks about one person. And they talk about, they talk about Chet, too, for Rookie of the Year. But basically, that's kind of conversation's kind of gone by the wayside, too, because Wemby has just been ridiculous.
Every current analyst that I've heard talk about the Thunder, and when I say analyst, I don't mean Bobby Marsh or Adrian Wojnarowski. I mean Candace Parker. I mean Shaquille O'Neal. I mean Paul Pierce. I mean former players that are now analysts.
Mm-hmm.
I hear them all say the same thing. The Thunder have unbelievable chemistry. SGA and J-Dub, not Josh and
listen. I agree with what the team is doing. That is not my point. I'm not even arguing that. I'm not arguing that at all.
They have their chemistry, and that goes counter to your argument.
No, it doesn't. You're missing my whole point of my argument. I didn't listen, Nathan. I'm not saying the Thunder don't play well together. I'm not saying that at all. I've never said that. That is not even an argument I'm going to make because that's idiotic to me to make. That's dumb.
But you have argued that SGA and J-Dub don't get along.
That's one thing that's not arguable. I'm watching body language. I'm talking about as a team. You're talking about individuals. There's players I played with I couldn't stand, but the chemistry was good on the court. We did what we got to do on the court, but we ain't hanging. That's what I'm trying to explain to you, and you're missing the point because that's not a point you can even understand what I'm trying to say clearly. Okay, so let's just drop it because you don't understand what I'm trying to say. You're just not. You just don't. Okay, you don't get it, and you're not gonna.
We can move on.
No, we can't because you don't. And Nathan, like I tried to explain to you before, when I talk to football players and I have my opinion, and then they tell me something, and I'm like, damn, I didn't think about it. No. And I'm going to take what their experiences is because I didn't. Just like in baseball, if I didn't play, and then I have an opinion, and they're going to give me a deal, then I'm going to, well, okay, I'm going to take that because I didn't do it. So I don't see that what they see because I didn't do it on the level that they did it. So I can't argue that point. I still would have my opinion about what's different, but I can't argue the point with them because I didn't do it. And all I'm telling you is what I've seen, what I've been through, what my eyes tell me is what it is. What your eyes tell you is something completely different because you're looking through it at a different lens than the way I'm looking at it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If I could get an opinion from a former player that is...
Depends on who the player is. Depends on who the player is.
I would say equal or legitimately equal to the experience.
My deal is this: give me somebody who actually understands the game. Yes, I would listen to that.
Well, I'm going to go searching now.
Go ahead.
So give me just a minute. I just wanted, and if they would agree with not necessarily exactly what I'm saying, but that's.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna give you some parameters. One, somebody who's watched the Thunder play for the last 3 years, 2 years. Okay. Two, you got to give me somebody who actually understands the game of basketball, not somebody who just played. And the main and most important part is somebody who understands the nuances of the games. That's why I don't like sitting down on the court. I can't see the game. I can't see the picks. I can't see how something happened. I can't see the off screen. I can't see the game. Whereas I'm sitting where we sit up in club level, I can watch the nuances of the play. I can see something happening before it happens. I can't do that down there. So when I'm watching the game, I'm watching a bunch of stuff. I'm not watching just the play of the shot. I'm watching how the shot got made. I'm analyzing the game, which is why, like I was telling Mark Long, now that I do this show, I don't get the chance to enjoy the game as much as I used to. Because now I'm more analytical and I'm more of an analyst than I am a fan, if that makes any kind of sense. I don't look at it the same because I'm analyzing versus just enjoying. You are an enjoyer. I'm an analyzer. I analyze when I look at it completely different. I see a bunch of stuff that's going on. I see whatever's happening. Before I was just a fan. Now I'm like you. I was a fan. I'd watch and I'd see, oh yeah, that's cool. Now I'm watching. That's what you are. You're a fan. You enjoy the game. You're happy about it, and that's what you see. Before I started doing the show, I was exactly like that. I just was enjoying the game. I wasn't getting all into it and seeing the little nuance. I didn't do that. Now I do. So I'm more of an analyst than I am a fan of the game. I'm still a fan, but I'm more analyzing than I am just watching and enjoying.
I just never thought I'd hear you say your name and analytical in the same sentence, to be honest.
No, I'm very analytical when it comes to the game. I watch it. Now I don't sit there and go by look at me numbers. Numbers don't mean jack to me. I'm like you can have look like yesterday. Brock Purdy in the game yesterday. Brock Purdy played really well, except when the plays needed to be made, he could not make the big throws in crucial situations, okay? But I thought he played really good, okay? Now, Mahomes, on the other hand, what he did is, and the Chiefs, they waited to the fourth quarter to run plays, and he went touchdown, field goal, touchdown. You know what I'm saying? That's him. That's what he does. That's what he does. And because he sits there and he analyzes and figures it out, but when you look at the tape, Brock Purdy's numbers don't really talk about he played better than what his numbers said he played. I thought. Okay, but the numbers, okay, in fact, let's take a break and then we'll talk about the game. How about that? I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Thank those guys for keeping us up and running and taking care of all the things that we need to do. If you have any needs for computers, software, or website design, they can do all of that for you. Hit my guy Russell Williford up. And the thing that I like best about them, they can remote in and you don't have to they don't actually come into your workplace. So I really, really love that about them. SRB, if you have engineering, surveying, and planning, they love to be behind the scenes. So hit my guy Mark Long up if you have any needs for that. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have dirt, rock, or sand that need to be moved, my guy over there, Jose Fierro, is the man, and also his boy, Adrian Fierro. Both of them can hook you up. Greg and Max Nafee supporting me in everything they all always have done as far as the Matt Clark Basketball Academy and the MC Sports Network. Also, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. And in fact, tomorrow we will be at George's Happy Hog. Tomorrow, getting some barbecue, doing that. And then, by the way, let me see, what is Thursday the 20, what is the 20, what is that, the 23rd? It's Thursday, what is Thursday, Nathan, next week? The 21st? 22nd?
23rd.
Yeah, that's when I'm going to be at the bank the 23rd or the 30th. Is there a 30th? There's only 29 days, right?
Well, there's only 28 usually, but it's leap year.
It's leap year, so it's 20. So I'll be there on the 22nd at the bank. Anyway, I was trying to think of what days I was going to be there. But yeah, I know it's going to be the last Thursday, but last month I was sick. Remember, I wasn't moving, bro. The last Thursday of last month, yeah, I was not. Huh?
You come 2 weeks in a row then?
No, I'm coming the last week. The Thursday of the next Thursday is the last Thursday of the month, right?
No. 29th.
That's what I'm saying. Is the 29th? Is that when is that?
That's 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
No, so the 29th is a Thursday. That's what I thought. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, 29th.
Yeah, okay, that's when I was coming. Yeah, I was trying to figure out because I don't have my calendar in front of me. Anyway, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank and see our boy Nathan. He'd love to see you and tell some stories. Try to come up with some nonsense so he can have you on his side. So I really need to go in and see Carson or.
Hey, any former basketball players that listen to this show that agree with me, please come talk.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, it cracked me up. Anyway, the 401M downtown Yukon is the main bank. YMB East, which is off the Parkway and 66th or 39th Expressway. YMB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YMB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40. They're in Yukon. Can't miss us on the south side of I-40. And then YMB Peoples, which is on 23rd and Bethany between Rockwell and McArthur. Can't miss it. And, of course, our latest sponsor, Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, 4609 Southeast 29. They might agree with you. Mark and them might agree with you. You might get them. I've been trying to go in and do a show at the insurance agency. They might agree with you.
If we do find a place, I'm coming to that.
670.
Feel free, but you guys better be. Here's something I'm going to go ahead and throw. If you guys take on Matt, make sure you have all your background checks done because he will find something.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. 670-2424. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5. Fridays, 9 to 1. Closed Saturdays and Sundays. Proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. Now, so did your team win yesterday? That's what I want to know.
You know my philosophy, man. Never bet against Patrick Mahomes. So, yes. The answer is yes.
How about this? Our boys took Drew and oh my God, Ben. My mind went blank. They both took the under. They took the Chiefs and the under. How about that?
What was the under 48?
47 and a half.
Oh, man.
Gotta love that half, don't you?
Jeez. Well, they better be lucky it wasn't the time expired. It was overtime. Or else it would have been 48.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't have to kick the extra point. Yep. 25, 27, 47 points. Chiefs, I think the Chiefs ended up being +1. I think, or +1.5. But anyway, they took the Chiefs +2 over and then the under 47.5. So they got in and won on both sides of that, and I agree with you, don't know. But anyway, Brock Purdy, 23 of 38, 255, and a TD. And like I said, Brock Purdy didn't handle the it's so funny. I love listening to Tony Romo. I do not like Greg Olson. Don't like him. Fox guy, don't like Greg Olson. He did a terrible deal in the Super Bowl last year. You like Greg Olson?
No, I like Tony Romo.
Yeah. And Tony's telling you like he called the blitz, did he not? On that play that was
He did.
on third down, play this. I don't know if he makes the completion because I think L'Jarius Sneed was right there on Jennings and he probably would have blocked the ball. But still, I just think at that point right there, if you make that play, probably the 49ers win the Super Bowl. Don't you think? By 3.
Yeah, I think so. And I think one of the things I really like about Tony Romo is he's really animated during and before and after each play, but at the same time, for somebody to be that animated and actually know what they're talking about.
Yes, he's on point. On point.
For sure.
Yeah,
hey, one thing I was going to point out to you. Did you watch the post game at all? Did you watch any of the post game stuff?
Some of it.
Okay, did you see the interview with Chris Jones?
No.
I think it was.
Yeah, it was because I was bouncing back. I was bouncing back between the NFL Network and ESPN. So that I kind of saw him at the end when Mahomes came in at the end. When I think Mahomes came on at the end of right at the end of the interview, right before he came on. But go ahead.
Dude, Chris Jones interview. I said, "Oh, we're going to run." They asked us basically to the point where you're going to run this back.
And he's like, "No."
Yeah, I know they need to. He said, "No." He said they need to bring me back next year. That's all he said. Like,
well, the whole point is. Go ahead, Nathan.
Like, why can't you say, "Yeah, I'm coming back"? Why can't you just say, "Yeah, I'm coming back"? He said, "Yeah, they need to bring me back." You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what? I don't get it.
It's like I told you.
Like, yeah, I'm coming back.
Like Chris Jones, when they did the thing, his deal was him showing the money. That's what he did. I don't know if you saw that. But, when they did his little picture, it was him doing the money thing. You know how they do the money sign? Like, I was like, really, Chris? Dude, the Chiefs are going to move on from you, homie. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
they're going to move on from you. And you're going to get your bag, and you're going to be just like Tony Gonzalez. And Tony Gonzalez, if he could do it all again, he would have never left the Chiefs. He left Chiefs chasing the all-time numbers, and now he's trying to come back with the Chiefs. And they don't want the fandom doesn't want anything to do with him because they're like, no, you left. People like that is like, dude, the amount of money that you're going to make, you're going to lose in your lifetime because you're going to leave Kansas City. And if you stay in Kansas City, the amount of money that those people are going to have you make over time because that you allowed them to win a championship, the amount of money that you're going to make is just ridiculous. And I just don't think Chris Jones is going to do it. I think he's going to go after the money. And I think the Chiefs are going to trade him just like they did Tyreek, and it's going to be just like it. But the whole thing is, Chris Jones, they're not in the Super Bowl without Chris Jones. They don't win the Super Bowl without Chris Jones. That's facts. I mean, because he made huge plays against Buffalo. Huh?
That defense is real good, real young, though.
Yes, I understand, but he's the one that made the plays that needed to be made against Buffalo, hitting Josh Allen. He's the one that made the play yesterday when they were going to basically score in overtime. He's the one that forced Brock Purdy. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that you don't go for the money. I mean, there's only so much money you can make, and my thing with Chris Jones is, bro, you're young. You're young, homie. I just think he's making a huge mistake. But he's all about the money, and he is from wherever he's from in Mississippi, and he believes what he believes, and it is what it is with him. And I'm sad because I'm like, bro, you're going to be 32, 33, 34 years old, not playing football, and instead of you being in a city that's going to be eternally grateful for you. And then you're going to make that 10, 15 million or whatever. But someone said that he's going to get close to $100 million. I said, Chris Jones is not getting that much money. He's got 3 years left. The last year of his contract, you're basically paying him. He's going to be done. And a lot of it has to do with what defense he's in, too. Spags' defense matters as well. But anyway, let's go through the thing. Patrick Mahomes, 34 of 46, 333 yards, 2 TDs and 1 interception. An interception he threw, that was a miscommunication between him and Travis Kelce. He thought Kelce cut it short, and he thought Kelce was going to keep running. I don't know if you saw that.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, and I think even Tony Romo said something about that. But anyway, Total yards 382 for the Niners, 455 for the Chiefs, 110 rushing yards for the Niners, 130 for the Chiefs. 23 first downs to 24, two turnovers each. Each had two turnovers. 38 minutes to 36 minutes. And like I tell people, I said to me, everybody talks about the rushing yards and why McCaffrey didn't run more. Well, to me, it's really simple why he didn't run more. The Chiefs they were stopping him on first down. It was 2nd and 9. You want to be 2nd and 3rd and 7? So I think that's why they started doing that when they weren't getting big chunks on 1st and 2nd down. That's why they started throwing the ball more. And let's face it, Brock Purdy is a 23, 24 pass per game type guy at max. So, but anyway, I picked the Chiefs. I thought the Chiefs would win because I think you and I talked about it. I said I'm taking the Chiefs in the points. I think the Chiefs are going to beat them, and I took the under too because I didn't think with these two defenses, I didn't think neither one was going to score as much. And that was my thought. But I'm telling you what a hell of a game it was. Oh, I'm going to ask you this, Nathan. How did the Chiefs know what the overtime rules were and the 49ers didn't tell their players? Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
What is your take on that?
This is bad coaching is what that is, man. Bad coaching.
I mean, how do you not do that? I mean, your coaches knew, but how did the players not know? And the Chiefs talked about how Mahomes was talking about, yeah, we knew about that ad nauseum. I was tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know. That's bad.
Yeah, I didn't like that, Nathan. I didn't like that. You know what I mean? I didn't like that. I thought that's a bad look for the 49ers. That you guys didn't tell your players, your players didn't know what the rules were for overtime. Now, I have no problem with him taking the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like he went with analytics and all of that, with the numbers and all that. And if that's what I know you were trying to say when I said analytical. I know that's what you were talking about. And my definition of analytical and yours is completely different because you're a numbers guy.
Well,
But
hey, I'll be honest with you, man. I'm a numbers guy, but I would have definitely taken or kicked off first. I mean, that's not even a question.
yeah, but like he said, they had stopped Mahomes pretty much, and this is what he thought was going to happen. If they get stopped for 3, he thought the defense would hold them to 3 points. That's what he thought was going to happen. But nobody saw 4th and 1, Mahomes not because I don't know if you know Rice was open, and Mahomes didn't throw him the ball. I don't know if you saw that on that 4th and 1 on the 29.
I did.
Rice was open.
No, did.
And he said, "No, I'm running. I'm not taking a chance on me throwing the pass, and you. I'm not putting it in your hands to catch the ball. I am going to run the ball and make sure we have a first down." And then it's so funny is they used that whole scoring drive was against Bosa. He came in on that time trying to tackle the end. The second time when he ran, they did something else at the end of the game. Bosa. When he ran on the 30-something yard down to the 10-yard line, a 30-yard run. Same thing with him, Mahomes. He accounted for almost 400 yards of offense just by himself yesterday, and that doesn't count the sacks he had. So he's a beast, dude. But I don't know. I'm not going to count him out, but I don't know if without Chris Jones next year, I don't know, and L'Jarius Sneed, I don't know if you get 3. It's hard to get 3 because of the one reason why is because you got to pay people. Now, everybody's still, they don't have to pay really anybody except Chris Jones and L'Jarius Sneed. But the problem is the next year you got to pay Creed, you got to pay Trey Smith. So, you know what I mean? The next year you got to pay both of them the next year.
I agree with you, but again, man, I am just going to go with Mahomes until he.
Yeah, but I'm saying defensively, though, with the defense you got and you add because, like, to me, the reason why they didn't have DeAndre Hopkins this year is because of Chris Jones holding out. That's why they didn't have – that's because this is the deal. Chris Jones wants to make more money than Aaron Donald. He's trying to set the market over the top. That's what his agent's trying to do. And what the Chiefs have said is, and everybody else has said, look, Aaron Donald is 1. You're 2. Here's the guy. What's his name from the Jets? I can't think of the tackle. He came up, and Chris Jones was going to make $3 million more than what he made. That's a significant amount of money. But we're not paying you Aaron Donald money because, one, we can't afford it, because if we do that, then we can't sign the other guys we need to sign coming down the road, because your third year that we don't believe you're going to be worth the amount of money that we'll be paying you is going to hamper us from next year, which is what happened to Tyreek. You know who they got You know who they got because of Tyreek?
No,
George Karlaftis and what's his name? The cornerback, Duffy. Those are the two guys they got to replace instead of Tyreek Hill. Did you know that? In that draft. That's who they got. That's who they got. So what they're basically saying is we're gonna shore up our defense, because I don't think Spags is going anywhere for a coaching job. Do you?
No,
I don't think anybody's going to. I think he had his chance to do that, and he's clearly a better defensive coordinator than he is head coach. But, I mean, think about this. He's 4-0 in the Super Bowl, by the way. He's 4-0 in the Super Bowl as a coach, defensive coordinator. He beat Tom Brady twice, and he beat the Eagles and the 49ers. And I thought, wasn't he their head coach when they won the first one in 2019? See, I thought he was, but when someone said something, I thought he was there. I didn't know he came there in 2020. I thought he was there in 2019 as their defensive coordinator. But I guess not. I think they brought him on after that year, realizing that their defense is going to have to get better. And they did.
Okay, so let's see. He was
Steve Spagnuolo,
defensive coordinator, Giants 2015-2017, interim head coach 2017, Kansas City 2019 present. So well, unless it was later in 19.
I think he came there after the Super Bowl. I think this is his. I want to say he's got 2 wins with the Chiefs and 2 wins with the Giants. He beat Tom Brady twice. He beat the Eagles once, and he beat the 49ers once.
He's been the New York Giants defensive coordinator like 3 separate times.
Has he really?
Well, no, I'm sorry, twice. He was the interim head coach.
Oh, interim head coach.
He was the New York Giants defensive coordinator 07-08. Then he was again the defensive coordinator 15-17. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Same job, 10 years apart.
And now he's with the Chiefs. Yeah, I don't see him going anywhere until Andy Reid retires. I think they'll retire together.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so.
What is your thought about Eric Bieniemy coming back? Possibly.
The Chiefs?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I think Andy Reid has such a footprint on that thing, though.
No. He's gonna come back as assistant, just like they brought Nagy back.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, again, I think it's kind of like Lincoln Riley, like when you come back as an offensive coordinator for Lincoln Riley. He's gonna have his. I mean, they're gonna run his offense.
No. They run Andy Reid's offense.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But go ahead. No, I was saying that somebody had said, I heard something, they said he was going to come back as assistant head coach. Because I don't think Matt Nagy I think they lost a little bit of sharpness without Bieniemy that he gives them. You know what I'm saying? That accountability. I think Matt Nagy is more of a friend than a let me cut you up type guy.
Sure.
I think if that's the easiest way for me to put it, I think for that. So.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt to have another guy, another good offensive
Yeah.
on the side.
I agree, 100%. But I think Nagy is going to be the man, just like Bieniemy was the man. Now let's look at the at NBA standings. Right now in the West, we don't care about the East. We just care about the West, right?
Speaking of which, standings tonight's got a big game, man. Clippers and
Yeah, I know, but we're going to do that here in just a second. T-Wolves 36-16, the Clippers 35-16, the Thunder 36-17, the Nuggets 36-17, and the Suns are slowly coming. They're sneaking up on everybody little by little, even though they lost one. But the Clippers are sliding in there, huh?
You watch that game? That Warriors game?
Last night, the other day,
2 nights ago?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Gosh,
yeah.
man.
The Warriors are now in 10th place. They're 25-25, winners of 4 straight. They're coming.
Yeah, they are.
Steph Curry is, dude. He's a beast, dude. But like at the barbershop,
Yeah, for the record,
yeah, but like at the barbershop, Steph Curry is not top 10 all time. That's crazy. I'm not I like I'm not taking Tim Duncan out. I'm not taking Kevin Durant out. I'm not taking Larry Bird out. I'm not taking Will Chamberlain out. I'm not taking LeBron out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking Kobe out. I'm not taking Magic out. I'm not taking anybody out for him. Are you?
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone's not top 10.
No, I'm asking Steph Curry. Steph Curry better than Karl Malone.
Different.
Because I was going to say, because, you say all-time four-man, top 2 all-time four-men, definitely Tim Duncan and Karl Malone.
100%. And Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant, to me, when Kevin Durant retires, I put him in my top 10.
Yeah, he's more than 3, though. I mean, to me.
I know, but my top 5 is simple. I've got Magic at point. I've got Michael at 2. I've got Larry Bird, LeBron, and Dr. J at the 3. At the 4, I have Tim Duncan, and at the 5, I have the big fella, Kareem. That's who I have at 5. And like I was arguing with the guys at the barbershop. Like I was arguing with them at the barbershop. Huh?
Was Wilt before, right?
No, my 4 is Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
Yep, and my deal is this. Like I told them, I said, they said they changed the rules of Shaq, the game for Shaq. I said, no, they didn't. They just changed the Shaq attack. I said, they changed the rules of basketball for Kareem. They outlawed dunking the basketball because of him. I said, they didn't do it. They outlawed dunking in high school and college.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. We couldn't dunk until my junior year in high school. Yeah. They outlawed, you could not dunk the basketball because of Kareem in college and high school. I said, they didn't do that for LeBron. They didn't do that for nobody. They outlawed. I said, and all Steph Curry has done, he's changed the game for everybody wants to shoot threes. That's what he's done. Everybody wants to shoot threes now. And now, if you notice, three-point shooting is not necessarily as great as important as it was before. Now it's more like get buckets at 2 and then hit threes as you can. But shooting threes and everybody knocking it out, that's not how the game is kind of slowly reverting back to 2-point baskets. And less 3 dominant. Or 3 dependent.
As we see the emergence in the unicorn-ness, whatever you want to call it, uniqueness more of SGA. I mean, because
yes.
him and DeMar DeRozan and people like that, man, they're so good because nobody knows how to defend or shoot like that anymore.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. SGA is just a B. He's just different, dude. But the thing is about him is he does it on the defensive end. That's what separates to him. Like yesterday, like he missed those 2 free throws and he picked old boy's pocket. He goes, I'll go get 2 points the old-fashioned way. And the commander and I both looked at each other and we started laughing. And I'm gonna tell you this about the commander. That's how he was. He was one of those people who were you didn't know that what he was gonna happen with him. And then all of a sudden, he'd get a steal, or he'd make an assist, or get a charge. He was so good, man. I can't even tell you how good he was, but he was so sneaky in the way that he did it. You know what I'm saying? And playing against him, Nathan, I hated playing against him. Hated it with a passion. But I loved playing with him. He couldn't dunk. He couldn't dunk. You got to be able to. That's like goaltending. You grabbing the net is a goaltend, but it's not really a goaltend. You're gonna get me in trouble, man. You're gonna get me in
Hey,
trouble.
let me ask you something. You know what I would like to see? And I know SGA's 3-point percentage is coming up.
Yeah.
You know what I would like to see? Because it seems like every time it's a clutch three, he makes it. Every single time.
Clutch three, yes.
And I would love to see his clutch 3-point percentage.
I would too. You know what I said? I've said this all along, Nathan. I said when he improves his 3-point game, he's gonna be unstoppable.
He could be top 10 by all.
Yeah, if he starts shooting 40% from three, 39, 40, 41% from three. If he does that, what is his shooting percentage now? Because it was 20 something. It's like 34, 33.
Oh, no, his 3-point is at 36.
It's 36 now. Remember he started out at what, 28, 29 in the beginning? It was terrible.
Horribly.
But once he starts improving that, and he starts knocking down threes where you can't back off of him, because if you come guard him, he's going to go by you. Like last night when old boy fell, he tripped on the step back. That was funny.
Keon
Ellis, yeah. That's terrible. I shouldn't laugh. I did, but I shouldn't.
Would you put him if he can improve it? I mean, he's almost there, man. If he gets to 38, 39%, is he Kawhi Leonard?
No.
Better? No? Okay. He's getting there? No. Not as strong.
Well, the difference between him and Kawhi, he's a better scorer than Kawhi is.
Yeah, absolutely he is.
But defensively, he's not Kawhi defensively, no.
Not well, do the two counteract each other, though? I mean,
all I know is I'm so glad Kawhi didn't want to play with him. Okay? That's all I can tell you. I'm so glad he didn't want to play with him. Because the Clippers with him and Kawhi, I think would be better than with him and Paul George.
Oh, not even close, man. Not even close.
I think they'd be better. But then we would still be stuck with Paul George and Westbrook. So, yeah, I'm okay with that.
I like PG-13, but, man, he's not as good as Shea.
No. Shea is – that's what I'm saying. To me, I like the trade that we did for Hayward because, one, we know in the playoffs what they're going to do. They're going to double team and take the ball out of SGA's hands. That's what they're going to do. Okay? So then we have to make players make plays. And Gordon Hayward could be that guy to make the play. So I like that.
So I haven't talked to you. So you like I haven't talked to you since the trade deadline. So you like the Hayward deal then?
Love the Hayward deal.
I do too. I absolutely love it.
And I like the Biombo trade too. I like that too.
Yes. I love that.
We have to have an inside presence. We're going to get killed in the playoffs without a big man. You got to have a presence. You cannot get out rebounded. The two games we lost, we were getting out rebounded and points in the paint by 30. You can't. You're not going to beat anybody. You can't do that. You can't get out rebounded by 26. You can't get more points in the paint by 20 and win. It's not happening.
Here's my thought on Biombo too. Like they didn't sign him. They wouldn't have signed anybody. They would have signed somebody different. But they didn't sign him not to play him. I mean, he's not going to play 20, 30 minutes a game, but I mean, they're going to play him where they need to play him. And they're not going to just sit him off the bench over there like we're getting the other guy.
Well, he's right. The whole thing is you got to have him in there. But the whole thing with the Thunder philosophy is we need somebody who can shoot the three as our center. Okay, we like to keep the lane open, and we've done that ever since we moved Ibaka from the lane, and we moved him out so Westbrook and Kevin Durant could get to the basket. So ever since we've done that, we haven't had an inside center since Kendrick Perkins. That was just inside the paint.
Well, Steven Adams.
Steven Adams was too, but I'm just saying for the most part, though, we weren't winning when we had Steven Adams. Right?
Not really that much, no.
We weren't winning.
Not a whole.
We weren't winning.
I mean, we went to the Western Conference Finals a few times with him. I mean, it wasn't.
So when we lost in 2012, he was here. I didn't think he was here.
No. I was thinking
we only went to the Western Conference Finals. We went to the Western Conference Finals twice. I don't think he was here the second time we lost against Golden State. I don't think he was here.
We went 4 times, man. We went 4 times.
So the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, we went 11, 12. 14 and 16 or 15 and 16. We lost to the Mavericks, the Spurs twice. We beat the Spurs once. We lost to them once, and we lost to the Warriors.
And we lost to the Mavs.
We lost to the Mavs. We beat the Spurs. We lost to the Spurs, and we lost to the Warriors.
Oh, okay. Well, then he came there at the end, then, didn't he?
Yeah, it was in the last. It was when I think it was in the ones that we lost to the Spurs and lost to the Warriors.
Yeah. See, I don't remember. I don't remember him being there when we lost to the Warriors.
He was drafted in I think 14.
Yeah, because I don't remember him losing. I don't remember him being against us. I remember us attacking the basket, and I remember us being in trouble because we didn't. We started shooting jump shots.
Stephen Adams was drafted in
2014, 2015, yeah.
2013, 2014 was his first year. So yeah, he was here.
Wow, he must.
And then we traded Perk. We traded Perk in 13 or 14.
So he didn't play a whole lot until the last one.
No, until Perk left. I think Perk left at the start. Trade deadline at 14 or 13.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I was sitting there looking at that, and I'm just going, man, I don't get it. But anyway, the games today, we've got some games today that are going to matter. Okay. You have the Pelicans and the Grizzlies, which we need for the Pelicans to lose. You've got the let me see who else. The Nuggets and the Bucks. We need the Nuggets to lose. You have the Wizards and the Mavericks going to beat them. Is there a chance that the Wizards can beat the Mavericks?
Dude, Doncic might have 25.
Oh my God. And then you got the Warriors and the Jazz tonight at 8, and then you've got the T-Wolves and the Clippers to round it out. So you've got two great games, the last two.
You know what we could? This is a hot scenario, but man, trading that. Did you like that pick that we traded? I didn't quite understand that. I mean, I did it. But
and what he's doing, he's pushing. Really the whole thing is this: I don't mind him pushing picks down the road. Okay, because to me,
you didn't trade it for a pick, though.
I know,
but
I know. But for me, though, this is how I look at it. I think you keep all three guys. You get a coach that understands SGA is one, J-Dub and Chet are 2A, 2B, depending on what type. One could be 2A, one. You know what I'm saying? They're 2A, 2B.
Sure.
And you get that philosophy, and then you understand, okay, we're putting the ball in SGA's hands. Because to me, it's like, look, put the ball in SGA's hands at the end of every damn game, okay? And then let him make the play. He's going to look for his shot first, which I'm completely okay with. And then if he can't make his shot, he's going to set it up for somebody else to make a move. But instead, you run plays for J-Dub over and over and over. We're not going to win like that. I don't know if you watched at the end of the game last night. SGA was going to get the ball, and they were giving it immediately before the coach could run a play. And SGA was bringing the ball up the court, and everybody's gone. It's like, look, dude, I got this. You just stand over there and look, cross your arms, act like you're saying something. And you can sit there like other players won't give it immediately to him. Give him the ball and let him do it.
No disagreements on the coach. No disagreements.
So to me, that's what you do. And then you add Kaysen, because Kaysen he's going to be here for 4 more years before you have to pay him. So you're set as far as if you can get another draft pick this year to go along with it. Then the next year you pick up one. And then the next year pick up one. So you can then pay, because the salary cap will be so far, you can afford to do what you need to do. And then if J-Dub and Chet don't end up being what you want him to do, and SGA is getting a little old, you can make some moves at that point. But right now, all you do is you add to what you do, and you keep SGA, but give me a coach that puts them in the correct place to make them successful. That's what I want.
Here's the thing with the scenario. Now, this scenario is very, very minuscule, and it has a very small chance. But we could end up with no picks this year because you traded away your bottom two. And if the Houston Rockets somehow get lucky in the lottery and get top 4, you don't have that pick. And then if the Jazz start losing and they're top 10, you don't have that pick either.
I don't think the Jazz. I don't think the Jazz will be. I don't think the Jazz will be. To me, I think we're fine this year. We're going to have a pick, one, Because the Houston and the Jazz, neither one of them are going to be top 10.
Hey, Matt, I gotta go, man. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, bro. Anyway, yeah,
How
I
about you,
don't,
Chris?
I don't, I don't think either one of those guys are going to be top 10. I think they're going to do what they need to do, but I'm not so sure about that. So, but anyway, that being said, that was my guy Nathan Taylor of YNB doing his thing, and I've got to go too. I didn't realize we were on for over an hour. So that being said, hey, everybody have a fantastic day, and do me a favor, stay warm, stay dry, and now that the streets are nice and clear, it's great.